some initial thoughts for you, and I think we'll start with sort of the zoom out on where the Padres were entering this road trip, because I think it's important to note. Remember, the Padres heading on the road had just been swept by the Colorado Rockies in what was a really disappointing series, especially considering how well the Padres had been playing before that. Then they get swept by Colorado in a 3-game series. And, kind of felt, I think, for a lot of the fans out there like the sky may have been falling a little bit. I don't think it felt like that inside the Padres clubhouse, but a lot of reaction to, and rightfully so, to what the Padres did against the Rockies. And then you're looking at the road trip. 4 games in Atlanta, a really, really good team as always in Atlanta, and then 3 games in Cincinnati. And the Padres put together, to their credit, a really, really good road trip. I think any of us would have signed up for 5-2 when this road trip started. This game here today, Padres, and Jesse and Tony alluded to it, sort of a different feeling between a 4-3 trip and a 5-2 trip. There just is. So you felt like this was sort of a big game here today. Had early offense, 2 runs in the first inning, 2 runs in the second. I'll get into what Luis Ariz did once again here today. He continues to just be sensational. So the Padres get out to a 4-1 lead. Reds make it 4-2. They get the 2-run home run from Martini in the 6th inning to make it 4-4. Padres offense goes quiet for a while. We end up going to extra innings tied at 4. But to the Padres' credit, and this is something that, as we know, they really, really struggled with last season, they took advantage in the extra inning in that 10th inning. You had Ariz pick up his 4th hit on what was a beautiful drag bunt. Fernando Tatis Jr. comes up, puts the Padres ahead with the RBI double. They get one more run. You felt like they should have had at least one more. Manny Machado grounds into an inning-ending double play with the bases loaded. So that was frustrating. But then Robert Suarez comes in, and he does what Robert Suarez has been doing all year. 14 saves now in 14 opportunities, relatively drama-free. Suarez now has an ERA of 0.40 to begin his season. He continues to be absolutely terrific. So the Padres, you felt like this was a game they really needed today to really polish off a great road trip, and now you feel like you can firmly say it, a great road trip for the Padres going 5-2. But also a game as it went along that you felt like they should win just as it got deeper, and especially when they took the lead in the 10th inning, and considering they had the 4-1 lead to begin with. So all in all, a game here today that you wanted the Padres to have. They found a way to win it in extras. You'll certainly take that. And a really, really good road trip. And again, when you zoom out, you put it in the context of where this team was going on the road. Man, really, really nice bounce back in response. And hey, you needed it because you got a tough series against a hot Yankees team coming in, and a Yankees team that might be the best in the American League right now. So tough series coming up. You wanted this game here today. Let's get into some of the individual performances in this one, because Luis Ariz at the very top of this lineup continues to be just tremendous. 4 more hits here today. The first time in his major league career he's ever had back-to-back 4-hit games, so congratulations to Luis on that. He now has multiple hits in 8 consecutive games, and if you zoom out, you look at what he's done since the trade, Ariz is batting .419 in 17 games since being traded to the Padres, and also in the midst of a career-long 28 consecutive game on-base streak. Even in this game, Ariz, leadoff single in the first inning, ends up getting forced out at second base when Fernando Tatis Jr. grounds into a fielder's choice. But hey, Padres ended up getting 2 runs in that inning on the Manny Machado 2-run double. So he contributed there. He had an RBI single in the second, in the 10th inning. And this is what he's done so well time and time again early on. You look at that 10th inning. You have Campusano on second base, the automatic runner, and Ariz does it differently. A beautiful drag bunt, beats it out, and that kind of sparked the whole inning, right? Tatis RBI double. They end up walking Profar intentionally. Cronenworth a sac fly, and just like that, you have a 2-run lead in the 10th inning. So he continues to be just fantastic as advertised. We've talked about it all weekend. He went 10 for 14 in this 3-game series in Cincinnati. Beyond that, David Peralta had a really nice game. 3 hits in his second game as a Padre, a run scored, so you like that. And then on the pitching side, and we'll get more into this as we go along here, but on the pitching side, Matt Waldron, solid in this game. Sort of a similar outing for Matt as, what we've seen from him in the sense of early. It's been a little shaky. He found ways to limit damage, and you look up, he gets through 5 innings, 2 runs given up, walked a couple, struck out 7, 6 hits. So was it, a great outing for Matt Waldron? No, but he held his own, and he's done that particular thing well, limiting damage. And he did that here in this game today. So a little shaky to start, but ultimately pitched pretty well. 5 innings, 2 runs given up. The other place to focus on, the back end of the bullpen today, Yuki Matsui, inning and a third scoreless. I'll tell you what, I'll spoil it for you now. As far as relief pitcher of the game, how about Jeremiah Estrada? I mean, this guy continues to be outstanding. Works a scoreless 8th inning. This is all in a tie game. Strikes out the side of the 9th inning, gets 6 outs in this game. He strikes out 5 batters out of the 6 outs he got on 30 pitches. He continues to be absolutely terrific. And what a development that has been on this road trip in front of Robert Suarez, who you just have so much faith in right now. And Suarez, again, now 14 for 14 in save opportunities. And out of all the things we've seen on this road trip, I'll tell you what, in the big picture of this team, yeah, obviously Arise, a big deal, the way he continues to play. Obviously there wasn't, it all wasn't roses on this road trip. Xander Bogaerts goes down with the injury. He's going to be out, sounds like at least a couple of months here. But having Jeremiah Estrada step forward as what looks like, your primary setup guy in the 8th inning, man, 8th inning, 7th inning, whatever it ends up being, wherever that key spot pops up, man, what a nice development for this bullpen. It really, really is. We've talked about that path to Robert Suarez, right, and how that path has been kind of rocky at times. And look, it was another tough outing today for Eniel De Los Santos, but that's a big, big development on this road trip, the way that Jeremiah Estrada continues to perform. And again, 2 scoreless innings, big innings out of the bullpen here today, and Estrada picks up the win, his first win as a Padre. So a lot of good stuff in this game. Really nice road trip as the Padres go 5-2 to Atlanta and Cincinnati.